Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and it's time to talk a little bit about potential for the future in terms of price appreciation of the crypto asset class, and perhaps most importantly, to me anyway, and perhaps you if you're listening to this channel, XRP. Here's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Select altcoins could rise 100 to 1,000 times in renewed Bitcoin bull cycle, says crypto trader Lark Davis. Here are some of his top picks. And there are a number of reasons I wanted to run through this, even though, it seems to me like there's so many people in the space that just head in the sand regarding the ultimate importance of utility, while totally willing to acknowledge in the short term that absolute fortunes can be made. And I do still personally believe that's true. Like, all sorts of fortunes can be made off of cryptocurrencies that, funny enough, a few years from now might not even exist. Which, we have seen things like that happen over the last decade in the world of crypto. People have become multi-millionaires off of coins that aren't anywhere near the top 10 in terms of market cap. So lots to talk about here. I want to be clear that I'm not a financial expert. I do not have a financial background of any kind, in fact. I am not offering financial advice, and you absolutely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. Just sharing my everyday Joe Schmo opinion because it's fun to talk about this type of stuff as an unprofessional enthusiast in the space, and making YouTube videos is fun too. It's my most favoriteest hobby ever. But before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And also, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because if you do, we could be friends. Maybe even best friends. We'll just see where this roller coaster ride takes us. Now, as I record this, we've got XRP sitting at 24.6 cents. Got Bitcoin at $11,521. Got the market cap for the asset class at $360 billion, and Bitcoin dominance at 59.24%. So if you look at the top 10 coins in terms of market cap, mostly looking pretty gosh darn similar. Bitcoin has broken up a little bit as of late, and over the last day or so, XRP's been down. But XRP, and I mentioned this in a video yesterday, I'll just be brief with this, I think it's highly likely that happened because it was a buy the rumor, sell the news type of instance, more appropriately described as a pre-swell pumping price. I believe that did occur, which got XRP close to 26 cents. And then the day swell launches yesterday, just tanks. And you can see it right here where I'm circling. This is the weekly chart right here. It did indeed tank, and then it's more or less been trading sideways range-bound since then. And so we will indeed see what happens right now. But I think that's my for fun guess as to why that would have occurred. It has happened every single year. And so into this piece now about 100 to 1,000x returns in terms of cryptocurrencies. Popular cryptocurrency analyst Lark Davis says altcoins will prove to be the best investments of 2021. And I want to jump down because I don't want to cover this whole thing, but there are a couple spots, including a quote from him, that I want to make sure I do cover. He goes on to talk about the importance of decentralized finance and cites a few. But you know what he didn't cite? You know what he did not cite? Spark tokens. Now, coming from Flare Networks, it's not even on the market. He may not even be aware of it, frankly. But Spark tokens are going to be distributed free to XRP holders, those that choose to claim them anyway. And it will enable smart contract capabilities utilizing XRP and should bring some decentralized finance capabilities as well. And so it makes me wonder, could the Spark token as a result be in the running, right? Because we've seen over the last few months in particular the most ridiculous, most absurd price action in crypto coming specifically from decentralized finance coins. We saw Yearn Finance, that's the most famous one at this point, that went in a matter of weeks from about $3 to over $40,000. And maybe it was a hair longer than that to actually get to the peak of over $40,000. And I think it's been crashing since then. And I've been publicly stating I have no interest in participating in that particularly weird money grabs rather. and not a proven track record. No indication for me to believe with any level of confidence that it's going to be here for the long haul. So I'm not interested in making those crazily risky high bets. That's just not for me. I'm sure some people listening have jumped in and are interested in those type of bets. That's fine. You do you. It's just definitely not for me. I want something that's a little more established like XRP. Even though, admittedly, going from $3,000 to $40,000, my gosh. So right there, this summer, had we all magically known that, we could all just be worth tens of millions of dollars, right? So there you go. But there's still opportunity. Like even if you set that aside, because look, and I don't really want to set it aside because I think that the Spark token could be worth something notable. I don't know what that means. I don't make price predictions, but as I record this, it's not distributed. It's not traded on exchanges as a result, of course, and it's worth $0. Totally got that. But this is a coin that we can get for free, and if there's going to be real adoption of this, or even if there's not, if people are just going to start speculating on it sooner than later, if it's really get started trading on cryptocurrency exchanges, well, hell, I mean, there's only 45 billion of them. That's less than half the supply, max supply anyway, of XRP, and XRP got up to $4 almost, based on speculation alone. Like, where might this actually go? But there are other opportunities as well, and so I'm going to share with you a quote that I thought was cool. He's talking about the altcoin market in general, and XRP is a part of that. XRP is a big part of that. It's number 4 in terms of market cap. So take a look at this now. All in all, Lark Davis says the list of the top 50 crypto assets could look very different within the next year. With some altcoins having the potential to jump up 100 to 1000x in value, along with many others that will crash and burn. And that's why, I don't think you can have a complete conversation about crypto and investing in cryptocurrencies without acknowledging that it's very risky and it's very possible to lose every single penny that you invest in this. So you always have to go through your own due diligence, be smart about it, and there are no guarantees. Everybody needs to be aware of this. But for me, I like having the exposure to something this risky, because another way to word that is I like to have an exposure to something that is this volatile. Because volatility is what means there's an opportunity for asymmetrical gains. If something weren't volatile, it's not as exciting. It's going to trade sideways for infinity. Like, what's that? That's not quite as fun. Now, this isn't. I also don't count this type of stuff as like a plan for retirement. Now, if it supplements that or on its own could be so sufficient that it is retirement one day, that's fine. I'm just not counting on it, because there's no guarantee, and I acknowledge that it's highly risky. Like, to me, that's the most adult way to approach this, and only invest what you're willing to lose. That's how I approach it for myself anyway. Right? But here's the quote from Davis. Altcoins are going to be the best investment in 2021. Quite simply, if you want to get rich investing in cryptocurrency, then you should absolutely be paying attention to altcoins. That is where the money is going to be made this cycle. Yes, Bitcoin will do just fine, but a lot of profits are going to be banked from altcoins into Bitcoin, because that is where the money is going to be made. Now, that much, I share that opinion. We'll see what comes to pass. I share the opinion. And it comes down to the idea that there's not much money in altcoins compared to Bitcoin. Think about it conceptually like this. How much money has to flow into Bitcoin to get it to double in price? How much money would have to flow into XRP, for example, to get it to double in price? Well, considering that the market cap for Bitcoin is about 20 times higher than it is for XRP today, substantially more money has to flow into Bitcoin. Right? And that's what's exciting. You get this multiplier effect, and that's a primary driver of this. Here's the rest of his quote now. Altcoins offer you the potential to take an investment of a few $1,000s and turn that into life-changing money. If, of course, you play your cards right. You see, not all altcoins are created equally. Some are going to crash and burn hard. Some just aren't really going to do that well. Others are going to make insane returns. Investing in a lot of these cryptos, it's kind of something similar to investing in other early stage startup areas. There's an incredible risk to reward ratio. You can make 100x or even 1000x on your investment. It absolutely happens in crypto. Or it can go to zero. And we do need to acknowledge that last part. It definitely can go to zero. Which is why, for me, it's like, what type of bet are you personally willing to make? And I've made that decision for myself. XRP, even if the multiplier effect that it gets to enjoy is not as much as a small cap coin with like effectively no money in it, if it happens to be one of the, okay, fine. I don't want exposure to something that is that insanely risky. No, thank you. Even though I recognize, and look, I fully get that altcoins are moving in tandem with Bitcoin, but I say, no, that is too far for me, because I don't know when people are going to start worrying more about utility. Like, for me, that's just too much. But then I look at XRP, I still acknowledge it's all risky because it's crypto, got it. Because look, XRP follows Bitcoin. What if something bad happens to Bitcoin? Well, that hurts XRP, right? And so, it's still, I believe in the long term, it's going to be okay as long as there's utility regardless, but I'm just saying here, it's all interconnected. And so I've decided, for me, the amount of risk that I personally am willing to take is this. I'm going to focus on utility-driven coins, XRP, right? And I still believe that it's so illiquid. The XRP markets are so illiquid that there's tremendous opportunity there. So even if it's only 100x and there are other coins getting 1,000x, fine. I sleep easy at night. Okay, I am just fine. It's like, how greedy do I need to be? Only 100x returns. I think it's going to be okay here. Just saying here. So it's an exciting time to be here, and we know historically how things have played out. And if that's an indication of how things are going to play out during the next parabolic portion of the market cycle, things are going to get really exciting. Potentially sooner than later, but we shall see. All right, that is it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.